Hey Chosen Champs, I hope you're having a blessed and positive day. So today we are talking from Matthew chapter 17, verse 14. It says, "And when they had come to the multitude, a man came to him, kneeling down to him and saying, Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is an epileptic and suffers severely, for he often falls into the fire and often into the water. So I brought him to your disciples, but they could not cure him." Now, as you see, the man had enough faith to believe that if he was to bring his child, someone who suffers severely from having seizures, if he was to bring his child, his sick child, to God or to his disciples, that they would heal him. But he said to God, he said, I brought him to your disciples, but they could not cure him. So the disciples was not able to cure this man's child. Then Jesus answers and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I bear with you? Bring him here to me. God said, oh, you faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I bear with you? How long will you not believe that you have the power? How long will you not walk into your authority? How long will you keep running to everybody else for prayer? Keep running to everyone else for the word and not reading the word yourself, not realizing that you ultimately have power inside of you. God has given each and every one of us the Holy Spirit. He has given each and every one of us authority. He said you are the head and not the tail. So do you believe that you can cure sickness? Do you believe that you can come out of addiction? Do you believe that if you speak over your situation, that things will change for the better? Do you believe? Or are you faithless? He said, oh, faithless and perverse generation. It says, and Jesus rebuked the demon, and it came out of him, and the child was cured from that very hour. Jesus rebuked the demon. It was a demon in him that caused him to be sick. And then the disciples came to Jesus and they said privately, why could we not cast it out? So now here they're wondering, how come, Jesus, how come you were able to cast out that demon and cure this little boy? How were you able to do that? So Jesus said to them, because of your unbelief, for assuredly I say to you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, and you will say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you. So because the disciples didn't have enough belief inside of them, they didn't have enough belief that this sick child would be cured. They didn't have enough belief that they could cast out this demon and that this child could be healed. This child could be cured. What is it that you are not believing God for? What is it that's keeping you from your deliverance, keeping you from freedom? Because a lot of times we are stuck in bondage and we're stuck in things that are holding us back because we are not believing God for it. We're not believing for our own healing. We're not believing for our own deliverance. We say, how often do we say, oh, well, this is the life that God has given me. Oh, I'm just a smoker. Oh, I'm just meant to have cancer and it can't be cured. Oh, I'm meant to be broke all my life. Oh, my child will never get off of drugs. They'll always be in the streets on drugs. God said, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, it's because you don't believe big enough. How often do we have things that go on around us and we're not believing God for that miracle? We're not believing that God can pull us out of that situation. It may sound crazy to some people. Oh, you think your child is going to be healed from having seizures? You think that you can tell a mountain to move and it'll move? Think about that. God said, if you tell a mountain that is most of the time firm in one place, if you tell that mountain to move, it shall move. But it will only move if you believe it. You will only come out of that situation if you believe it. You will only be delivered from that addiction if you believe it. You will only come out of that situation and have your life turned around for the better if you believe it. But it's because of your unbelief that you don't have certain things. It's because of your unbelief miracles haven't happened in your life because you don't believe it. Your belief is a powerful thing. Your mind and what you think and what you meditate on, it's a powerful thing. And then last but not least, he says, however, this kind does not go out except by prayer and fasting. Prayer and fasting. Do you know there's a secret power that you can unlock just by turning down your plate? Because they didn't turn down their plate, because they weren't fasting and praying, they didn't have enough power in the spirit. When you fast and turn down your plate, it gives you power in the spirit. It turns your flesh down and allows your spirit, man, to speak. It allows you to be closer to God so you can hear his voice more. Fasting. He said, this kind will not come out. Only by prayer and fasting will it come out. There's power in you fasting. There's power in you sacrifice eating your meals for God. It is power in that. Do you trust and believe that?